Our second inductee in the coaches category is Brian Luke of Stillwater. If the surname of Luke and the sport of swimming sound familiar, you are not mistaken. The Luke family is synonymous with swimming success. Brian Luke is the son of legendary Hopkins High School swimming coach Elmer Luke.
Yeah, that was cool, yeah. My dad was the high school swimmer, state champ, All-American. My uncle was a swimmer. They both coached. My dad coached at Hopkins. My uncle coached at Winona. They're in Coaches Hall of Fame, so you got some big shoes to fill. Went to Southwest State in Marshall, swam there. Great coach there, Don Palm. Decided I wanted to be a coach, so I went into education. That was a great profession. Retired from that 12 years ago. And I've enjoyed the coaching part. This is 47 years. When my dad retired from Hopkins, he came over and helped us for about 20 years until he passed away. So it's all my kids swam. My wife is a major integral part of what's going on there. Without her, this would be nothing like it is. So it's been a family affair since the beginning.
Since 1978, Luke has created a traditional power with the Stillwater boys and girls swimming teams. Under their longtime coach, the Ponies have annually displayed gold medal excellence in girls swimming. He has led the Ponies to a record of 384, 55, and 5 in dual meets. The girls teams have won 11 state championships and 7 true team titles. On the boys' side, he has led the Ponies to a 337, 88, and 3 mark with 15 section titles, 21 conference crowns, and multiple individual state champions.
His section titles between the boys and the girls, I think he's over 40. I'm not sure many coaches can claim that kind of a record, and obviously some state championships, and but it's not always that too. He's just happy to produce kids who go on to do great things, and they do. It's kind of all the above. There's
Sure.
just so much. I don't know where you begin. I don't think so. They don't lose enough for me to write anything negative. No, I mean, like I said, I can't think of a time. We've gotten along great.
Luke's dry wit, no-nonsense approach to coaching, and his passion for technique and the science of swimming have been a successful blend.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I always enjoyed the science of it. I would probably, as you look back, you realize as you're swimming, you're paying attention. Certain people just do athletics, and other people do athletics and pay attention to kind of the nuances of what's going on. I think when I look back, I think I just didn't realize it until I actually was on the deck doing it. And then I went, hey, this is really fun. And then, and it still is. You're 22 years old, so you think you know a lot. Of course, I knew nothing. So, you kind of think it's going to happen quicker, like, I'll just be here, and like 6 weeks from now we're going to have this wonderful thing. And then you realize that, no, this is a process. Like I tell people, it's a process. Everything is a process. So it took more like 10 or 15 years to get the first section champion and the first conference championship. And then to kind of get on the roll, it took like 20 years. So the last 25 to 27 years, we've been pretty fortunate to be highly successful, but it does take time. You try to tell these younger coaches, that just relax and just keep doing what you do, and it'll come together for you.
Luke cringes at the word dynasty as it relates to his swimming programs at Stillwater High School.
I would not call it a dynasty. I would call it a decent program that we've been lucky enough to have good athletes come through the door. So the key is, when the kids come through the door, to try to create a program where they can be as successful as possible for them, and then the team, try to put the team together. I'm a real stickler for the team. You are on a team, and I shouldn't say the team comes first, but in theory it kind of does. It's a whole program.
Those that follow the Stillwater swimming program and know Luke well say he isn't a fan of the spotlight.
It's funny because I'm surprised he even agreed to do it, because he's not somebody that wants the spotlight on him, right? He defers most of the attention. He's understated, kind of a quiet guy. He's also very funny, although I don't think he always shows it off. But he's got a terrific sense of humor. But I mean, like you said, the record speaks for itself. And the other thing I hope that comes through this is it's such a family affair for him. His father's a Hall of Fame swim coach, whose record, his for a long time. Elmer, his father, had the record for most dual wins in a row. It was like 125 thereabouts. And I just remember, at the record-breaking meet, probably a handful of years now, and just how happy Elmer was to see his son break that record was really phenomenal, and just how touching that was. And he was a volunteer assistant, as he got older, and I know the kids just loved having him in there too. But Jane has announced every meet for, I think since he's been here, basically she's missed like 2 or 3, I think, for the birth of their kids as they've kind of come up, and they've got a big family. They've all been very much involved. They all swam for him, and Jane is just fantastic. If you've ever met her, she's 5-star all the way, and she's every bit as integral to the whole operation, so to speak.